I would daydream about my aunt, my etc. Playing tennis. Not about piano. I didn't like. I was forced to play for 5 years. No, I didn't think about my school years, which was horrible. But I was always thinking of the positive, etc. And I think I was daydreaming a lot, and I think this must have helped me in some way. See, these were very, very pleasant dreams, and these were pleasant thoughts, the daydreams. And then I was suddenly confronted by hanging, etc., or shooting them. To me, it was, in a sense, theater, in a way, in a perverse sense of way, looking forward to seeing how this happens. I mean, because I had no idea. It was theater of the absurd, even worse than theater of the absurd.
See that horror, and maybe you didn't blame the Germans. You couldn't understand the whole war and why they became beasts, but you could understand that your parents
not protecting me. That's right.
See that.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Were you angry with your mother after the war when you were reunited with her?
No.
How did you come to share these horrors with her? Did you tell her about these things?
I used to have night in Berlin. We had rented privately. We didn't live in a DP camp, but rented privately one room. She gave me her bed, and she was sleeping on a couch, and I had nightmares, and she would jump up and just calm me down. She would always be very calm, this, so on and so forth, Georgienko.
That helped.
That helped. Yes, very much so, very, very much.
To the barge incident, what happened at the end, the unraveling, everything at the end?
Well, we were put on barges in Danzig, and we were convinced that the barges would be sunk. I mean, we would die aboard ship, etc.
Well, who put you on the barges?
The SS.
And they
And
how many people on it? And they just shoved you out to sea, or what was?
Yes, there were several barges. And in our barge, there were also Norwegian POWs. And after we were abandoned by the SS, put on, apparently on mines, the water, the Norwegians came around and collected so-called blankets, what we had, and made sails of those blankets, and sailed us towards shore, towards Neustadt-Holstein. Early the morning, we arrived there early morning on the 3rd of May, and then we disembarked, some in the waters, it was very cold, some in the small ships, boats, little boats, took us to shore about 50 meters, 70 meters, because the barges couldn't come closer. And then we were marched to the U-boat school. There was a huge soccer field, and I distinctly remember I was so starved. I walked over to a German and asked him if I could have a slice of bread, German. But I saw the enormous pile of ammunition, guns, revolvers, etc. And I picked up, I thought, a bar of soap. I thought it was bread. I started to eat and I couldn't, and only realized that it was not bread, it was something else, but it was soap. And the German said to me, "Why don't you walk over to the tank over there? And the American, it was actually the Brit, will help you." English was not exactly an alien tongue, because I had lessons before the war 3 times a week. And I said, "May I please have a slice of bread?" And the tank guy gave me cookie, one of these biscuits, and what a relief. basically, I'm unable to hate. Somehow or other, I don't know. I can't say that I hate, but it was at least some sort of a judgment. In my opinion, not enough, but nevertheless something, etc. But the idea of hating a human being, etc., it's just not part of me. Despite everything that I went through, the war, I cannot say that I hate a fellow human being, no matter how evil.